This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co., monthly Japanese snack subscription boxes. Hi loves, welcome back to our channel. This is Jerry, and for today's video, I'm going to be customizing my Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Let's get right into it. But before we get started, I wanted to share a little more information about today's sponsors. Tokyo Treat is a monthly Japanese subscription box full of popular Japanese candy and snacks, such as Japan-exclusive Kit Kat, Ramune, ramen, and many more. You will get up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time. Tokyo Treats and Sakura Co.'s boxes come with a different theme every month, keeping things exciting and fresh. Afraid of not knowing of the snacks in the box? Don't worry, they provide a booklet inside the box explaining every snack that's included. There's also a lot of information about Japanese culture that you can learn from the booklet, such as fun facts about sakura flower trees and Japanese traditions associated with the Japanese cherry blossom season. My favorite snacks from this box were the Fanta Peach soda. It was super sweet and took me back to my time in Japan. I also love the peach Kit Kats. This was my first time trying them, and I thought they were super delicious. The chocolate was really good, and it's so cute how they're tiny and split in two. I also loved the cherry pokey. It comes in 2 packs, individually packaged. They're cherry flavored, and the sticks are like heart flavored. I put mine in a little container so I can save the rest for later. They're really crunchy and cute, and they actually taste really, really good. I also loved this little strawberry bread. It was like a soft pastry roll, and I'm surprised at how soft and fresh it was. I definitely recommend this treat. Sakura Co. is a monthly Japanese subscription box full of authentic, traditional Japanese snacks from Japan's local artisan snack makers. Both boxes are delivered straight from Japan. You will receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snack items, including teas, and 1 special Japanese tableware with your box every month. Since this month's Sakura Co. boxes are Sakura themed, they contain many Sakura flavored snacks. This box also includes a booklet that has lots of information about how Sakura Co. helps in partnering with local Japanese snack makers to contribute to share Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. And if you're worried about not knowing of every item that's in the box, don't worry, because the booklet comes with lots of information about every snack. You'll find information such as the flavor, scent, texture, ingredients, and even a little history of each of the snacks included in the box. My favorite items in this box were the Sakura green tea. It had a cherry blossom scent to it, which was really nice, and it was also delicious. I also really liked this Sakura jelly cup, which I placed in the Sakura side dish that came in the box. It's really cute and it's sweet, and it has like this little Sakura flower embedded in it, which I thought was really neat and cool. My favorite has to be the Sakura wafer though. It has smooth cherry blossom flavored cream that is sandwiched by Sakura themed crispy wafers. It's not too sweet, it has the perfect flavor. And this snack pairs very well with the green tea. I would definitely recommend. Thank you so much to Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. for sponsoring today's video. I had a great time trying these new Japanese snacks. Let's get back to today's video. So I've been keeping my Nintendo Switch Pro controller in this really cute carrying case. It's like Sakura themed. In the back it says Sakura, and it has this nice little holder for it. So I use this when I take my controller back and forth between my home and my shop or going to my sister's house. So I'll open it for you to show you my controller. This is how my controller looks right now. It's Pusheen themed, and I did do a video on how I did this and all the accessories and everything. So if you want to see that, check that out. It's my Pusheen Switch Pro customization video. I also wanted to mention that I really love this pouch because not only is it a really pretty pink, but it's also really soft and velvety on the inside. And then it has this extra pocket here so that you can add a charging cable or any other accessories that you wanted to add. So I really like this case and I recommend it. Right now my Switch Pro controller looks like this. Like I said, it has a Gamer Pusheen Skin from Sticky Bunny Co. and the whole Gamer Pusheen theme. It's really cute, I love it, but I'm ready to move on to a new theme, and I really want to do something like all pink and white. So let's start by removing everything that's on it right now. Right now we have these little thumb grips from Geekshare on Amazon, and I'll link them below. These are really cute because they're really outlined and shaped like a paw. So we'll take these off. And next I'm going to remove this clear case that I have on it. I try to put a clear case on all of my controllers and devices if I can, because it helps protect the skin and it helps protect the casing and everything. So go ahead and remove the plastic case. So this is just a two-piece clear hard case, and I'll link this if you guys want to get one for yourselves. I'm going to put it aside for now though. So here's a look at the controller without the shell. You can see the skin a lot better. It's a really beautiful skin, and I believe this is still available on Sticky Bunny's website. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it below. So right now I have, you can't tell, but I have a white body with blue buttons, pink grips, and then green joysticks. And I had the blue buttons and the green joysticks from the first customization that I did that was Animal Crossing themed. If you want to see that, I'll link it, check it out. I made the whole controller like Animal Crossing theme. I wanted it to match these Animal Crossing Joy-Cons that I got from the Animal Crossing Switch. And the grips on that, I had used these. These are really easy to take on and off. But I switched to pink for this one. And I didn't switch the joysticks at the time or the buttons, because I felt like the blue buttons went with the Pusheen theme, and the green joysticks you can just cover with thumb grips. But today I want to switch everything out, so I'm going to switch the buttons and the joysticks. Let's go ahead and start. So actually, before we start switching out the buttons and everything, we have to remove the skin. So I'm going to show you guys, because I get asked a lot if the skins leave a lot of residue or if they mess up your device. So I'm going to show you how it looks and how easy it is to remove. Just like that. And that's how easy it is. And as you can see, it didn't leave any residue, like at all. And it didn't damage the controller. Now, of course, this is a replacement shell that I'm showing you on, and it did really well on the replacement shell. But if you want to see how it looks when you remove a skin from an original shell, like just the black shell that it comes with from the store, you can check out, I think, the Animal Crossing one. That's where I removed the Rilakkuma skin that I had, and I'll show you right there how much residue it leaves, how to remove it, and what it looks like. So check that video out too. Alright, now we can go ahead and take this apart. It looks funny now, like green, pink, blue, but it's gonna look really cute when we're done. Basically, we're still gonna keep the white body and the pink grippies, but we're gonna switch these out for these pretty pink ones from Extreme Rate, and then we're gonna switch the Heaven Blue buttons out for the Cherry Blossom Pink, also from Extreme Rate. Let's go ahead and get started on that. These two items are sold separately, so I just wanted to quickly show you what comes in each one. This is the replacement joysticks, and it came with the sticks, a screwdriver, and I believe that's all. And then for the buttons, it came with the buttons, 2 screwdrivers, and extra screws. So now let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be using these 2 containers today. I'm going to use one to place the buttons and pieces as I remove them, and one to place the screws as I remove them. So first thing we're going to do is remove the screws from down here. I'm going to use this piece. Once you've gotten the 2 screws out, these slide out pretty easily like that. And these are really easy to replace. All you would do is take out the bottom screws, and then say if you had a new one, green or blue or whatever color you order, you just slide it in and then screw it, and you got a new look. And you can do that on any of your Switch Pro controllers and just give them a new look by changing this part really quickly and easily if you don't have the confidence to do the rest. But really, honestly, trust me, you guys can do this. I know it looks a little bit intimidating, but I know you guys can do it. Alright, so once we have the grips off, turn it around and we're going to take out these 4 silver screws. Once you've got those 4 screws out, you can go ahead and pop this back piece off. Just like that. Next would be to remove the battery. Like this, and set it aside for now. And next we're going to remove 2 screws here, 1 down here, 1 here, and 1 here. So here, 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 and here. Once you have those screws out, we can separate these 2 pieces, but be very gentle because there's a flex in this area that we're going to have to disconnect. You see the flex here? So separate it, but kind of hold it. And we're going to take a pair of tweezers. Hopefully you can see this little black piece here. We're going to flip it up like that. And then very gently pull the flex out. Now we can separate the 2 pieces. Screw fell out. Alright, so now that we've got it open, before we move on, we can go ahead and swap these out already. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. You really just pull them off and pull upward, like straight up, not to an angle or anything like that, just straight up. Like that. And now we can put these aside. I'm going to be using these from Extreme Rate. I'll link them in the description for you guys. And these, to put them on, all you do is press them in. Be careful to take a good look at the shape of this. If you see, it's like longer here this way. Like, what is that? Sorry, vertical. So make sure that you're putting them in the same way like that. Line them up and then press in. And that's all. Installed. So do the same thing to the other side. And that's all. So we've already got that part out of the way. Now we're going to change the buttons. Alright, now we can move on to doing the buttons. We're going to grab the front piece here and we are going to remove the following screws. Here, 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 and here. 4 screws. Here, 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 and here. Alright, so once we've got all of those screws out, we're going to pull this black middle part out like this, and we're going to set this aside for later. And now we're going to remove these silicone pieces, and we're going to put those aside because we're going to use those right now. And now we're going to replace all of these buttons, so we're going to take all of these extra buttons and throw them in our extra pieces bin. But this one we're going to be careful with. Let me show you. First remove that part. Okay, first remove that part and throw it in the bin, but then this piece you're going to want to keep. So I popped it out to show you. If you're going to switch the housing, you want to pop this out and keep this for that button. But since we're going to keep this housing, I'm going to pop it right back in. So pretend this is a new housing. So what you would do is pop this right back in and then start putting your new buttons in. So once you've got all the buttons in like that, go ahead and get the silicone covers and put them back where they were. And they only really fit one way, so that's how you know that you're putting them in correctly. On this side, I can kind of feel that it's not going in all the way, which lets me know that the button must have moved. So make sure you put that back in place, and there you go. Now it's more flush and the silicone is pressing in where it should. Alright, so now we're gonna put this part aside and work on this middle piece. What we want to do is remove these 4 buttons. We're going to do one at a time. We're going to start with the left and right. We're going to just pop them out. Just kind of wiggle, pull it out, and it kind of comes up on this hinge here, and then pop it out of the hinge. So then we'll grab our new L, which is this one here, and you're going to do the opposite. Start by popping it into the hinge part there. You can kind of see it there. So pop it into the hinge like that, and then kind of pop it in on this part here like this. And once it's in, it should click nicely like that. So go ahead and do the same on the right side. Make sure you test that one. It's not clicking as nicely as this. Oh, you see it's not pushed in all the way. There you go, now it's clicking nicely. Now we'll move on to these. They're a little bit trickier. If you can see in here, there's a little metal rod in each one. You're gonna pull the rod out and then pop the button out. Like that, and put that aside. Pop the button off, get the replacement. We're gonna put that right in its place, and then we're gonna put that rod back. Once the rod is back in place, this should click nicely. So I'm going to do the same thing here on the right side. There we go. Now both sides are done. Next step is to get our back piece. Very carefully, don't pop any of the buttons or move them out of place. And then put this piece back on top. Like that. And now we're going to carefully screw it back into place. We're going to get 4 black screws, and they're going to go here, 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 and here. And I'm actually going to use some of the new screws because I feel like my screws are a little worn out. I've used them a few times already. So I just put the new screws on the lid. That way I know those are the older screws, these are the new screws. So once those screws are in, we can grab the back piece and put them together. We're gonna have to reattach this flex here to that area there. So I'm gonna just hold it open like this, and then this flex, gently slide it into this slot. Slide it in like that. And once it's in, snap this black part closed. Like that. And now it's in there. So now we can close the controller. Kind of snap it closed, make sure all your buttons work. And now you can go ahead and put the last screws. The next screws, which are going to be here, 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 and here. Now that that part's done, we can put the battery back in. We're going to put that little gold part to that part like this, and then kind of snap it in like that. Now we can put the back part back on. This part here, we're just going to kind of snap it into place like that. And then we're going to put the Next 4 screws on here, 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 and here. And we're going to be using the little silver screws. Now that all of these screws are in place, we can go ahead and put the handle grips back on. I'm going to be using the same pink ones. So like I showed earlier, they kind of just slide into place like that. And like that. Now we just screw them at the bottom with the long black screws. Now that we got these screws in there nice and tight, we are done. This is what the finished controller looks like. I think it's really beautiful. I love the pink and white look. I do wish that the, what do you call these? The joysticks or thumbsticks looked more like the Sakura pink of the grips and the buttons, but it's not that bad. It's cute. We're going to cover it with thumb grips anyway. I'm going to put the extra pieces and the extra screws aside. I will say using this worked out really nicely. Yeah, like I said, let's go ahead and pick out some thumb grips. I have these, the ones that were originally on there, but I don't want any blue. I want pink and white. So I'm going to grab the other pink that came in this pack and some other options. So here's the other ones. Those are the blue. We'll put those aside. And here's the pink. So yeah, we can do pink and pink like this. Or I also have this set from the, I think, Cyber Gadget. And this is my container that I've been keeping my grips in. So we have these pink ones. Obviously the blue and the mint are not going to go with the theme that we're going with. So yeah, in here I have a bunch of different options. I have the bigger ones, like these big peach ones, are going to be the ones that are for, oh, that's actually cute. Maybe one paw, one peach. I'm not sure. But I really want to go for the all pink look. So I think I'm going to use those pink paws. Because these seem a little brighter. And these, like Geekshare ones, are a little like more muted or dusty, so I feel like they go with the cherry blossom pink more than this like bright fun pink. So yeah, I'm gonna put this aside for now, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. They don't really, because of the shape of them, you can't really turn them inside out to put them on, so I just kind of open them up as much as I can, kind of like that. And then place it over the thumbstick and let go. And that seems to work for me. But if you turn it inside out, there's like a little, so I kind of will get a tweezer sometimes and try not to like pierce it or anything like that, but I kind of pull it back like that and get it under the grip to kind of get a more snug fit, and that way you won't lose it, it won't fall off or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. So it's on there. I'm just going to kind of pull this way. And there you go. Now it's wrapped around the whole stick like that. And oh my god, I think that like really made it, because the pink here was kind of bothering me, but now that we put the thumb grips on, I think it looks so cute and it really adds an extra touch. And I do like that it's pink instead of white on the stick, so I do think it was worth it to change the stick. This is so cute and it feels so soft and pretty. I'm like so obsessed with this controller right now. Beautiful. Unfortunately, you can't change this part, but honestly, it doesn't look bad at all to me. It looks perfectly fine. All our buttons work great, which is the most important part, and everything looks good. And I think this was pretty easy to do. I would say it's easier to do than Joy-Cons for sure. So now that we've got it all cute and everything, I think that we should test it out. I don't know, at first I should put my case on it. I know some of you guys don't like using a case on it, but I really do, because it helps make this material last longer. And it like prevents it from getting as dirty, because then, like, as you can see, this thing can get dirty and then you just wash it in the sink. So you just snap that part in and then you snap the back in like this. And that's how it looks with the case on. Now it looks like all shiny. Quickly before we go, I wanted to pair it to the switch light to show you guys that everything works and that it works smoothly. So this is my switch light, of course. Go ahead and turn that on. I was playing Diablo. So to pair, we're going to press on this button here, the Joy-Con button. And we're going to hit change grip order. And then we're going to press on this button here until the lights here all light up. And there you go, it's connected, you see it there. And now we can do everything that we could do before, but with this controller.
I need essence.
So it seems so far like all of my buttons are working like they should. I'm gonna like use up all of my essence here, just trying to press every button. Yes, making sure A, X, Y, everything seems to be working. The home button is working. Screenshot, everything seems to be working really well. So if I go to the menu here, you can see that the triggers are working. I was a little bit concerned, I thought they weren't working, but I tested every button so far and everything seems to work well, so I'm happy with that. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to comment and let us know if you enjoyed the video or not, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys so much. See you in the next one. Kitty and Jerry.